What's up everybody, it's your boy French Cooking. Welcome back to the channel, and this is how to make beats for free, episode something or other. Today's free VST is called Micro Keys by MPC Beats. That name's right up my alley. MPC Beats unironically provides some of the most underrated plugins on the market. Now, it's not to say that they have like 1,000 different presets and the interface is insane in any kind of way, but one, I rarely see any producers talking about these plugins, and two, they do just a few simple things, but they do those things very well. In the case of Micro Keys, it has 33 presets, which is not too bad. But if you're specifically looking for that classic 90s sound to add to your beats, this plugin is absolutely goated. I really like this piano string hybrid preset as well. It starts as a piano and gets into the string. This one gives me like Marky Mark Good Vibrations vibes. Actually. Come on, feel it. I've been in my DMX bag lately, so early DMX. 90s plugin. Let's see if I can make something happen. First thing I'm going to do for this DMX beat is I'm going to lay down a very simple, repeatable melody, kind of a melody, that's going to act as like my bass line, and I can build on top of that. So I have kind of like this brass stab. What I'm going to do is go into wave, pitch that down. Okay, I'm going to pitch it down to E minor because I like that. And then I duplicated that up here. And I'm going to pitch this down to one semitone above E, which is F. To fill out some of that empty space, I put on some delay and also some reverb. Since this beat is for DMX, I wanted to have that dark, gritty New York vibe that he was known for. So my next step, gotta lay down that bass note piano. So I have BBC Symphony pulled up, and it has a nice reverby piano preset. Now remember, I'm starting in E minor because that's the same key as my stab. And then just like my stab, since it goes up one semitone, I do the same thing with my bass piano. To layer behind that piano, I have this pad one shot from Cymatics. I pitched it down in the key group, not only to give it a lower note and a darker vibe, but also to slow it down. And then I went ahead and put the tremolo sync plugin from AKAI to give it some movement. So that's going to sound really good when you add the drums. And just so you have some reference, this is how it would sound without the tremolo sync. Still really eerie, but I want that movement to go along with the drums. Okay, finally, I think I'm ready to use Micro Keys. I really like this Pizzicato string preset. I use it in, well, whenever I need a string, really a string pluck, I use this plugin. Here's a little sauce for you guys. Now, normally, what I would do is something like this, right? But by skipping a note, I give it like a cool little pattern that sounds pretty nice. And you can not only do this for strings, you can do it for your hi-hats as well. It gives it a really cool effect. I will add a strings layer on top of that. So I have the expressive strings preset pulled up in Labs. What I like most about this preset specifically is that it sounds great both sustained and as stabs. So you can put both sounds in the same track and you don't have to use up an extra one of your 8 slots. I'll show you what that means right now. I have my sustained strings melody down here. I duplicated up 1 octave to make it even eerier. But as I was mentioning before, I also have stabs down here. So this is what that sounds like. I went ahead and laid down some drums, and I want them to sound as gritty as everything else. So I threw on some reverb, the air reverb, which came with MPC Beats, specifically the drum room preset, turned it all the way down to 7%, and then I also put a compressor on it to glue the sounds together. Now, it's important to remember that if you do that, you can't include your kick in the reverb because it's just going to sound weird and muddy. So I went to pad channel down here, and typically it's on program, but I changed it to submix 1, so it's not going to be affected by the effects that I added to the master program, or sorry, to the tracks program. Bassline. This is another Cymatics one-shot, by the way. It's called Fat Guitar. Should I throw in a church bell? The answer is always yes. I added pancake to that as well, just so that the bell switches from your left ear to your right ear. Makes it a little bit more interesting. All together, this is what we got. Not bad. I'm playing around with the arrangement a little bit. As usual, I'm keeping the same elements and just taking some out and then bringing some back in throughout the entire verse, which is going to be 24 bars. The only thing that I added is I found this synth stab in MPC Beats in the sounds that come with the DAW. And even though it gives me major Jason Bourne vibes, I like it, and I'm going to throw it in at some point in the verse. But otherwise, everything stays the same. That'll do it for today, guys. Like I said, I've been listening to a lot of DMX lately, so I was feeling inspired. So I made this in his honor. I like it. I hope you guys like it. Of course, I'm going to let you listen to it now. But yeah, enjoy the rest of your week, and I'll see you next time.
This is French cooking.